What I do for? Try to turn any 3D model into a GTA prop, custom prop, turn into a YDR. So if you got an FBX, a OBJ, a GLB file, I'm gonna show you how to turn it into a 3D model. First off, what you wanna do is download your 3D model. So right, like for instance, I got one off sketchfab. All you do is download it, and then just download the format with the textures. Alright. So after that, you download it, just go ahead and import it. So I think it's G Popeye. So we got Popeye. And now that we got the 3D model here, what we're gonna do is just delete extra shit out of this motherfucker. See, it's like that. So we're gonna just hit Shift A on all transformers. If the transformers is messed up, hit Shift A on them. It shouldn't be messed up though, but now you see we got the sketchfab model, right? But you can use this ped, the ped scale for you use this ped scale for like drawing and like sizes and shit. You know, I'll drop a Google link in that, or join my Discord, make a new Discord for modding help. But basically, once you got something like this set up like this, let's see. So basically, just it on one like that. So then you got your textures right there. You just basically just rename it. So you name it Popeye. And then basically, once you got your shit in there, wherever the location is, you're gonna hit all transform to make everything go to 0. And now what we're gonna do is double check our UV maps. So I got no UV map. Put UV map space 0. So once you do put UV map space 0, you import your model. You know, you rename it. Make sure it's just one like this. So just one, just like that. So mesh. You know, just one mesh. Make sure just one mesh under one thing. Got your model in there. So if you did scale it down or scale it up or some shit, make sure you hit Shift A to apply our transforms. So you load it into Coldwalker until your shit will be just like this, rather than it being like, let's say like that or some shit. So make sure you hit Shift A to apply our transforms. And then basically, once you download it, it should come with some textures. Off all this shit on my screen. Let me see. Go ahead and load that back up though. Get all this off my screen real quick. Well, basically, what you gotta do is turn your textures into DDS format. So right here we got these two. We got one texture for this, right? It's a JPEG. So what we gotta do is just go to like JPEG to DDS. And make sure the texture size is powered by 2. If you got any 3D model, most likely they're powered by 2, so they're good. And then, so now we just go to like a website, find that folder with the textures that came with the 3D model. So we gotta find the Popeyes folder. But basically, all you're doing is putting it to Blender, making sure it's one drawable, putting your UV map to 0, and apply it in all transforms to make sure it don't be like fucking leaning and all type of other crazy shit. So once I find Popeye, go to my textures. It's got one texture to it. If you got multiple textures, you gotta convert all the textures. But once you do that, convert it, just download it. Once you download it, what you wanna do is go back to Blender, Solemns. And if you don't got Solemns, I got a video on how to install Solemns. Go to Solemns tool, go to drawables, then go to shader tools. And before we even do that, we're gonna just come down here to the material tab and base color. What we're gonna do is take this texture away and go get our new texture. So that's the DDS format. And then I don't need a metallic or a roughness on this shit, so I'm gonna take that off. If there's any textures else linked to it, you know, my shading. Nah, it's just one texture. Now, I do got a specular, so I'm gonna delete the spec. I'm gonna delete the roughness. I don't want that shit. But basically, once you turn your texture to DDS, all you do is convert this to a Solemn's material, backclick and convert active material. So, like I said, one more time, we're gonna go over everything again. Import your model into Blender. Make sure it's scaled up to the GTA pad. And then once you scale up to GTA pad, make sure it's one mesh. And then what you want to do is just UV map at 0, and then convert your textures to DDSs with a website or with the app, however. You use Photopia, a whole bunch of shit. And then what you do, just switch your texture to the DDS one right here. And then what you want to do is, after that, with the Solums tools, you want to convert active material. I think we already did that. I don't know, probably already did it. But then just convert your material. And then now we halfway through the process. So all you guys want to do now is make sure you go to Shade, go to Drawables, create drawable object, and Solums tool, and click this Auto Embedded Collision button right there. Just say Auto, you'll see it, and convert to drawable. And now once you converted that to a drawable, and we already set our shaders embedded, but if not, we'll do it again. But click the down drop and go to Model, Shader Tools, and make sure all your textures are embedded. So we don't need a YT, what's it called, a YTD, some of the texture file. But once you set out your textures embedded, go to Popeyes, go to the collision, and say .col. Then they got a BVH right here. But once you click BVH, you're gonna be using this collision tab for this whole collision. So this is a collision, so you're gonna be using the collision tool in Solums. And now on the BVH, so with the BVH selected, you gotta go to flag presets, apply flag presets to that. It's gonna be standard, static, 32 default. And then after you set them embedded, go down and go down again and hit the material tab right here. Now create collision material. You can use any of these collision materials, but without my default, I would be using concrete, and just convert that to selected. Now once you convert that to selected, you have the model, you see that you got your collision made. Your collision is made static, you cannot walk through it. I'm gonna just close everything from bottom to top, and then boom, pop out, and then now you're ready to export. So what you're gonna do is make sure you're in object mode, go to Popeyes, go to select hierarchy, go to general, go to export code walker XML. So we just throw this in our Popeyes folder. So now it says exported in 0.9 seconds. You can minimize Blender or close Blender. And now we're gonna go to like RPF Explorer. So now what we're gonna do is find that folder. And what we're gonna do is drag and drop this YDR XML into code walker RPF after turning on edit mode. So this should load up. It's important right now. Just let that import. But yeah, man, I'm gonna make a new Discord from Auden Help, and then it's gonna be down in the description below to join. But now, as you see it imported, click on the model, and then boom, as you see, you got your prop YDR to a GTA model. So you got a 3D model to a GTA model. And I got a video on how to make YTYP, so to go place the model. But that's how you convert a 3D model or turn any prop to a GTA 5 prop. Hey, fuck TOS. Now we out though.